been telling you guys and dolls that I was going to sit down and have a conversation with Mr. Tony Grant, the newest member of the Temptations. But even if you ain't like, on the Temptations like that, shame on you. But if you're not, then you're like, wait a minute, I know this guy. I'm looking at this guy. I know who he is. Yes, you do. And we're going to talk all about it right here on The World of One Black Woman. So, Mr. Tony Grant, thank you so much for taking some time to talk to me.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
You are more than welcome. From the moment we had a conversation Thursday night, you are so easy to talk to. You are so real. You are so humble, and I so appreciate you just being who you are and not being a big head person who just thinks so much of himself.
Well, I don't think there's a position for that. Though some people take the liberty of being just that, but I think that anytime that people are supporting you, that it's your duty to be humble and show them that you appreciate the fact that they took time out of their daily life, spent their hard-earned money to come and support what you do, whether it's entertainment, whether it's, I'm going to say ministry, whatever it is. People still took the time out to be a part of what it is you have going on. So getting the big head is out of the question. That's
good. You probably couldn't fit your sweater over your head if you had a big head like that.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
I'd stretch the neck of it all the way out.
So tonight was a testament to your career as a whole, I think, when there was a young woman who saw you backstage, and she was like, I recognize you. I know your face. I know you. And you were like, I get that a lot.
Yes.
And so tell me about how that happened.
Well, when I came in, I saw her looking at me, and I went into the dressing room, and then I came back out to go and grab something to eat, and she still was looking at me. And I was like, okay. So when I came out dressed in my Temptations outfit, she said, I feel like I've seen you somewhere. And I said, I get that a lot. So then she kept looking at me. So I went over before I went on stage, and I whispered in her ear, and I said, I work a lot with Tyler Perry. And she said, I knew it. That's when it registered to her. So when I came off stage from doing the concert, she said, hey, Flip.
She figured it out.
Or she Googled it, or however she got it. But Flip was a character that I played on Love Thy Neighbor, the TV show that I did with Tyler Perry. So
that's how it happened.
Linda,
I have a man.
I know, but I'm just trying to put my bid in.
What? Like I'm a piece of meat or something?
That's not what I meant.
What did you mean?
I just meant I want a chance too.
Philip.
Listen, okay, I know I can't afford to take you to some fancy restaurants or maybe buy you expensive things, but I can know you. I can hold you. And you will never, ever have to worry about love or love making. Because I want to give it all to you.
You gotta go.
Perfect. So we're going to talk about your track record with Tyler, but even before that, let's go back to the beginning of when Tony Grant discovered that he was a crooner and that he could make people feel a certain way with his voice. Let's talk about that. Were you 13, Tony? Was it 13? Were you 6? What was it?
No. I was 13 when I started playing drums.
Okay.
And then my brothers had a group, and I guess I had to audition. I guess it was an audition. I said I wanted to sing, and they were like, stick to playing drums. So, basically I couldn't sing.
Wait a minute, how they feeling now? Is the egg still on their face?
Oh yeah, it's big time on their face. It's boiling too. But anyway, I got to college, and I'll never forget, they had these private little piano rooms, and I was sitting in the room, and I was just tinkling on the piano, and I was singing to whatever note I hit, I would sing to it. I can't play a lick, but I would sing something to it, and this young lady was walking by and heard me, and she said, you have a really, really pretty voice. You should sing. And I was like, nah, I'm a football player. Singing's for women. Well, all the women in my family sung.
Okay.
All the men were preachers and quartet singers. So,
Preachers, I think somebody was called a preacher at some point, but we gonna go on with your story.
well, yeah, you don't want to mess with that one. So there were a lot of preachers in my family and a lot of female singers in my family. My mother was like amazing. She sung with Shirley Caesar, James Cleveland. So, me being a drummer, I tapped into all of that. But I got to college, a young lady told me I should sing. Well, she entered my name in a talent show. And it's funny because my buddy that I went to opposite colleges with, he was there. And I saw him tonight. He was here tonight.
Oh, really? Did he come backstage?
He did. No, he didn't come backstage. He came to the hotel before I went to the show. Well, anyway, she entered my name, and when they called my name for this talent show, I was like, what? Put me on the spot. All the guys, everybody's in the audience, and they're like, yo, go up there, Rick, go up there, go up there. They egged me on. And I went up, and I remember singing this song by the Force MDs. And
Which one?
the check, what is the name of that song? Candlelight in You. I think it's Candlelight.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But anyway, I won. Let's put it that way.
What? You
I
won?
won $1,500.
Ooh, your first talent show.
My first talent show. So when they counted the money off to me, I said, wait a minute. You mean I can make money singing? I ain't gotta get beat up playing football? Let's do this again. So there was another talent show, and then that second talent show I won $2,500. Then I was walking on campus one day, and this young lady and her husband saw me, and they did a fashion show. They liked how I dressed. So they were like, I want you to model, be in this fashion show. So I did. I got another $2,500. So I was like, wait a minute. I'm making money. Instead of just these big dudes falling on me playing ball. So
Wait, were you a receiver?
I was everything. I was a free safety. I was a receiver. I was the fastest guy on the team. So I was a receiver. I was a free safety. I was a running back when they needed. Fourth string quarterback. I did everything. So if we were losing, they wanted to throw a bomb, I ran down the field and just catch the ball. So from there, I had an opportunity of going on Star Search.
You were in Star Search?
No.
No. Okay.
I won at this talent show to go on Star Search and chickened out and said, I'm not going. I didn't go to Star Search. I continued to play ball. And then when I left college, I got into my first play, which was called A Good Man Is Hard to Find.
We talked about that, Tony Grant. A Good Man Is Hard to Find came to Cincinnati, right? I was working at your host hotel. I remember that after we talked. You guys stayed at the Vernon Manor.
Yes.
Yes, I was a front desk person.
Wow.
Yes.
Back in the...
I know. So
I'm not going to say how old that was, how far back that was, but yes. Wow.
Yes. So yeah, after we talked, I was like, ding, ding, ding. So that's why you had a cast member, I think his name was James or whatever. And he gave us tickets to see it in Cleveland because I told you my girlfriend and I went up to Cleveland.
Which is where I was born.
So, hey now. But now you're from Charlotte, though.
I was raised in Charlotte, but I was born in Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay. My son just relocated to Charlotte last week.
Good for him. So it's very progressive right now. So
Yeah?
I can't go back, but yeah.
You can't go back. That's a strong word,
No,
but
I
okay.
can't. I was raised there, so it's like I've been around the world twice, so it's kind of hard to go back to that.
Impressive. So whose play was A Good Man Is Hard to Find? That was not Tyler.
That was a guy named David Payton, and he was out of Charlotte. He was a radio DJ, and he was a pastor as well. But he called me and was like, "Look, I want you to come and do this show." I didn't even audition. I can't. I'll be honest with you. I've never. This is amazing, God. This God though. I've never auditioned for a play.
I knew you were about to say that. You didn't audition for The Temptations you were sharing, but we'll talk about that too. So you've never had to audition for a play. How did you get on with Tyler Perry then?
Want to find out how cool Tony Grant really is? Come on back to part 2 and find out how he got on with Tyler Perry and all of the other amazing projects that he's done, and of course, how he ended up with the legendary Temptations.